Hey there, welcome to the Hang Clean Advanced class. Here, Hang Clean is going to be in the reverse lunge, and we'll be using the dip from the reverse lunge into the rack position. So we've got a lot of time in this reverse lunge. This will be a lot of quad, a lot of glute, and we'll be using 2 kettlebells. I've got a 6 kilo bell for my lightest weight, and then I have a 12 kilo bell for just a medium all-purpose weight. Make sure you have some water. I recommend wearing shoes. These classes don't come with music, so you can put your own tunes on. And let's start with a shoulder warm-up. Windshield wipe your arms across your chest, one arm on top and then the other arm on top, shifting the weight from foot to foot. You're just swinging and opening up the back of the shoulders. Turn this into a torso rotation. Pivot on the feet. Allow your heels to peel up and off the ground so that you can turn and your arms are limp, slapping the sides of your body, pulling blood into the fingertips, over the shoulder and across the chest. One arm behind your back and one arm in front. Your feet still pivot and your hips still turn. Single arm, big circle forward, belly braced, knees bent, and then single arm, big circle backwards. Go in the other direction. Other arm circles back, and then circles forward. Lower body warm up. Separate your feet wide, big circles with your right leg. You're lifting the leg up and over with your knee bent, stirring your femur in your hip socket. Circles on the other leg, big external rotations here. Step your feet together, hands on your knees, bend your knees and make circles in one direction. And then circles in the other direction. Step your feet wider than hip distance apart, place your hands on your hips and make hip circles, including the torso, planting your feet down, and circles in the other direction. Turn this into a squat. Feet can be forward or slightly turned out. Lower the hips. Draw hips back. Exhale to stand. Stand with active quads. Face the front. Step the right leg back. Find your reverse lunge. Your pelvis is tilted. Lower spine long. Belly is tight. Bend both knees and straighten both legs. Switch stance, other side. Pelvis tilts, belly tight. Bend and straighten, keeping the shoulders stacked over the hips. Shake it out, and we move on to our kettlebell warm-up, starting with a two-handed swing. Utilizing your light or medium-sized kettlebell, set yourself up with the bell at the front of the mat. If you're not familiar with swing, I recommend the entire swing series class provided to you. And go. This is 30 seconds of a two-handed swing, hiking through the groin and exhale to chest height. Remember your float at the top in front of the chest is nice and vertical. feet grip the floor. 30 seconds is over. Let's do 30 seconds of cleans on the right side. Quarter swing to rack. If you're not familiar with the clean, I recommend the long cycle series. Keep the elbow hugging the body. The bell travels vertically up and down. Rack position, elbow close, bell on forearm. Switch sides, 30 seconds on the left. Switch hands, 30 seconds, press on the right side. Overhead position and exhale back to rack. Exhale to the overhead and exhale back to rack, bending your knees for a push press or a jerk. Your overhead position, bicep by ear, bell over shoulder. If you're not familiar with the press, I recommend again the long cycle series, which covers clean, rack, and press. Switch sides, 30 seconds, left hand. Last, alternate hand exchange. This is a swing where you switch hands, 30 seconds. Remember, the switch is on the way up. The swings series covers all aspects of this swing and other alternative swings. Awesome, bells down, mountain climbers. We do 4 sets of 10 seconds with a 10-second break. Your 10 seconds of action is high intensity, as many as you can, as fast as you can. Start in tabletop. Go. Bend both knees and draw them into the chest. Exhale through the mouth, sharp breath. Keep your shoulders over your hands and rest. Second set starts in 3, 2, go. As many as you can, as fast as you can. And break. Set number 3, in position, starting in 3, 2, go. Run it out. Keep going. Break. Nice job. Last set. In position. Go. And break. Nice job. Shake it out, let your arms recover, and get a sip of water. We're moving on to engaging your lats and stabilizing shoulders and hips with suitcase deadlift. We'll be using both bells. So come on up, get both bells, and bring them to the middle of your mat. It doesn't matter which side you start with the heavy weight versus the lighter weight. You will be off balance, but that's the point. So we'll do one on each side. You'll switch the heavy weight to the other arm. Keep shoulders and hips level to the floor. Hinge at the hips. Your knees stay forward while your hips go back. Straight line from the spine and a tight belly. Your knees are over the ankles and your hips go back. Feet hip distance apart, so it's a narrow stance. Both hands on bell. Exhale, pick them up. Inhale to hinge and exhale to stand. The bells stay off the floor. You lower the bells so that you're in your hinge position, but you don't touch the ground, which disconnects the lats. You want to keep your chest broad and open, the space between your shoulder blades engaged, and your lats flexed, so you're plugging your arms into their sockets. Our goal is a total of 10 reps for every drill we do today. Just a few more. Nice job, bells down. Now we switch. The heavy bell will be in the opposite hand. Same setup, feet hip distance apart. Hinging at the hips, sending the hips back with a tight belly. Each time you bow, you squeeze between the shoulder blades, engage your lats, open the chest. The bells never touch the ground. You're working on 10 of them. And bells down. Nice job. Level changes. Move both bells off the front end of the mat. You want clear space for your plank position. Come down, starting in a tabletop position. Modified here plank, your hips are low in line with the shoulders and the knees. Lower down to the elbows and press back up to the hands. Each time you press up to hands, you place your hand where your elbow used to be. This keeps everything stacked underneath your shoulders. Your hips stay tilted as if you're maintaining that lunge position needed for the hang clean. So your lower spine is long and your lower belly tight. Again, we're aiming for 10. Press back to a child's pose. Take a big breath through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Child's pose is here for you whenever you need it, so take it when you need a recovery. Step forward with your right foot outside your hands. Pry open your hips, massage. You can switch legs. Try to open up the hips on the other side. Maybe circles. And then you'll step both feet forward and come up for around the world. Use your light bell. Bring it to the middle of the mat. Our inner thighs, so abductors and adductors, are really important to maintain this nice stable lunge position for the hang clean. So we need to get used to squeezing everything up through our midline, using our inner thighs, our glutes, locking in our core. Your bell will be off to the left side with your feet together, squeezing tight. Everything contracts through the center. Bell passes behind you and in front of you in a big circle. Do 10. Now the bell's momentum is going to try to tip you off balance. It's going to try to move you forward and back, left and right. But you're squeezing your ankles, your knees, and your inner thighs together, locking in your glutes and your core to stabilize yourself so that as the bell rotates around 10 times, your trunk stays as stable as possible. Switch sides. Circles in the other direction. 10 times. Squeeze through the midline. Nice job. Reverse lunge. Move the bell off the front end of the mat. Step back on your right leg. Find your lunge and pause. Lower spine long. Belly scoops in tight. The pelvis is tilted. Draw the knees into the chest. Exhale out the mouth. Try to aim your knee higher than your waistband. 10 of them. Each time you find your reverse lunge, Your pelvis is in lockdown. Switch sides. Step the left leg back. Find your pelvic tilt. Exhale, knee to above the waistband. Around the world. Second set using the middle-sized bell, your heavier weight. Just like before, torso stable and still like a redwood. Squeeze the ankles, knees, inner thighs together. Glutes are active, knees are slightly bent so that your glutes can flex, your hamstrings can flex, and your lower part of the belly is active. Change direction, circles the other direction. Nice job. Jump switch. Move the bell off the front end of the mat. Find your reverse lunge with your right leg back. Here we need a little recoil. We need to get used to hopping and pressing through the balls and heels of the feet. Add a little dip and a little hop. 10 hops, go. Your pelvis is in lockdown, belly scoops in tight, teeny tiny bounces and switch. Left side, 10 of them. Little bounce and a hop. Go. We're priming your legs, getting you ready for our hang clean. Go back to the right side, and now we're going to alternate and switch. Right and then left. Switch and switch. Switch and switch. Now can you tempo? Switch, 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 switch. Bounce, bounce. Nice. Shake out your legs. We're going to do that a second set. Right leg back, in position, switching in tempo. Go. 10 of them. Nice job. Shake it out. One more. Last set. In position. And go. 10 of them. Nice job. Shake it out. Get some water. We've made it to our next set of level changes. Come down onto the ground in your modified plank position. You can do this set again with your knees down, but our goal is to keep our knees lifted in plank. 10, go. You're in plank position. Your lower spine is long. Your pelvis is tilted, the same pelvis tilt that's in the reverse lunge. Replace your elbows with your hands. So your hands go exactly where your elbows used to be. You will have some shift side to side, but try to resist how much movement you find in your hips. So keep your quads active and try to keep your hips as still as possible. Nice job. Hop both feet forward, reverse lunge with the hang clean, level 1. Grab your light bell and bring it to the right side of your mat. Step your right leg back into the reverse lunge. From the rack position, we'll step back, lower to the dead hang, and then step forward to find balance at the top. The momentum draws the bell into rack position. Rack it on the right side. Step the right leg forward, find the balance. Now reverse lunge and lower the bell. Step forward, using your toe on the ground if you need to, and step back. Your arm and leg move simultaneously. The thrust and power from the dip in your reverse lunge is what gets your bell into the rack. So spend less time in rack position and spend more time in the lunge. The lunge is your recovery. The rack and step forward is just a quick pause, and then you find your lunge again. From your lunge, you bounce dip to find the step forward. That bounce dip is our primary goal for this movement. We switch sides. Rack it on the left side. Right knee to the chest, find the balance. Step back to the reverse lunge and lower the bell. Add the bounce dip to help you get into your starting position and back to your lunge. You want less time in the rack and the most time in your lunge. The bounce dip is our goal. That draws power to the standing position. You should be halfway there. We're always aiming to do 10 reps of everything. Nice job. Plank drag. You'll be down in a plank position. Modified on the knees if you need it. You'll use your lightest bell for this first set. Draw the bell to the right side of the mat, next to your rib cage. Grab it with the left hand and move it to the left side. Right hand drags it to the right side, left hand drags it to the left side. Right to right and left to left. Can you try this in a full plank position? 10 of them. Just like the level change, you're going to want to resist moving your hips too much. There will be some slight sway, but if you press the heels back, pick up the quads, really lock in the hips, try to keep them still. Nice job. Get some water. And we're going to come back into the standing position, still using our lightest weight. This is the reverse lunge hang clean level 2. The bounce is a big primary focus. Right leg is back, right hand will have the bell. We're going to stay in the lunge, adding the dip, and the dip bounce is what gets it into rack. We're doing 3 sets. Right left is 1, right left is 2, right left is 3. You can transition between heavy or light bell just depending upon how you feel today. I'll be starting with the light bell for rounds 1 and 2 and moving on to the heavy bell for the last round. Once you're ready, step back on the right leg. Bell is in the right hand. Hips are on lockdown. Pelvis is tilted, belly is scooped. Little dip, and then dip to rack. Dip to lower, dip to rack. Go nice and slow. This is your first set. You're trying to understand how the dip affects the momentum of the bell moving vertically up and down. You decelerate as you lower into rack, and then you accelerate to lift it in rack. Inner thighs active, glutes active. Switch sides. Left hand has the bell, left leg steps back. Find your stable position with your pelvis. Inner thighs active. Start to add gentle dip, then big dip into rack, and big dip to lower. Starting slow, focusing on inner thigh stability to keep you balanced, lat engagement to keep your shoulder plugged into the socket, Your quads and glute will start to fatigue. Nice job. Bell down and just shake it out. I like to windshield wipe my arms across my chest. This gives a little bit of a twist, relieving the lower back. Our second set, we're aiming for tempo. So here we do 10 sets with that bounce, picking up a little bit of momentum. The bell hangs on the right side, right leg steps back, pelvis tilts, you're in lockdown. Add the dip, and it's a quicker pace. Dip to rack, to dip to rack. 10 of them. Exhale to rack, exhale bell lowers. Nice job, switch sides. Hang on the left hand, left leg steps back, pelvis is locked down, and go. Dip to rack, dip to rack. Exhale lower, exhale rack. Exhale lower, exhale rack. Nice job. Shake it out. Windshield wipe the arms. Let it go. For my third set, I'm going to stick with this weight. I think this weight is good for me and how fatigued I feel. Round 3. In position. Bell is in the right hand, hanging at the side of the body. Right leg steps back. Find your pelvis tilt. Core's on lockdown. And tempo. 10 of them. Go. Nice job. Switch sides. 10 on the left. Start with the bell at your side at a dead hang. Left leg steps back. Lock down your pelvis, bending both legs. 10 reps, and go. Great job. Plank drag with a level change. Keeping your lightweight or switching to your lightweight if you were just using your middle weight. Find a tabletop position and come forward into a modified plank. We'll start this one modified. Drag it across, add a level change. Once you're back up to your hands, drag it across the other direction and add a level change. Right hand drags it to the right, level change, and then left hand drags it to the left, level change. Challenge. Can you do 10 reps in full plank? Go. You're almost there. Keep your hips stable, as still as you can. Nice job. Shake out your arms. Move the bell out of the way. Get a long drink of water. You made it to your recovery. We're going to take a seat with our hands behind the backs, and we'll just windshield wipe the knees side to side. This is a very quick recovery. I highly recommend that you take the Hang Clean stretch class, which is specific to counter all the moves that we just did in this class. Or you can move on if you feel like you need more for the Hang Clean HIIT class, which is 20 rounds, 40 seconds of action with 20 seconds of rest. You have 20 rounds in total. So you can continue or you can take the recovery. Figure 4. Place your left ankle on your right thigh. Lift the chest and move the heart closer towards your shin. We're prying open your left hip, feeling the stretch deep inside the glute. Hamstring stretch. Extend your left leg straight and draw your right heel to your groin. Fold forward over the left leg in small pulses. Engage your quad to release the hamstring. When you're ready, half hero. Place your right ankle outside your right hip bone. You're on the top of your foot and you roll your calf muscle out of the way so both sit bones can be down on the floor. Release to the forearms and hold. The top of the right quad stretches, the right knee stays glued to the ground. On your inhale, press back up. Release the right leg. Cross the right ankle over the left thigh. Push down firmly with the hands to lift the chest. You have a tall, straight spine. Aiming your heart closer towards your shin. Figure 4. When you're ready, hamstring stretch on the right leg. Extend the right leg forward and straight. Draw the left ankle to the groin, fold over the right thigh and small pulses. Pull the kneecap up and flex the quad. When you're ready, move on to half heroes. Ankle outside hip bone, top of the foot to the floor. Roll all the way down onto the forearms. Both sit bones are level. Left quad stretches, left knee stays down. Inhale to come up and take any comfortable seated position. Feel good about what you accomplished today. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate your support. Remember, like and subscribe. That really does help. And I will see you in the next class.